I think I said at the start of this I was just going to go into this and fast forward through it all, but I think it's worthwhile mentioning some of this stuff. Hello. Right. Tonight. Today. Tonight. Tonight? Today. Tonight. Alright, tonight we are looking at the Street Bob, fairing, cheapo, El Cheapo version, eBay version of the Memphis Shades Road Warrior. I think that's the right one. Right. So, long story short, as many people would have tried or looked at in the past, maybe getting a Memphis Shades visor and all that sort of thing. The people that did get them, good on you. I went and looked them up. Look, if I was going to do a Dyna Bros bike, or it was something that was really important to me, I wouldn't take the risk on an eBay thing. I would buy the genuine parts. This, however, is just sort of like a little bit of an emergency backup if I'm going around the state, if I'm going on some long rides through winter. We're down here in Tassie, so the weather it can be pretty shit. It changes, all that sort of thing. I don't want to make me bike. I'm not going for the Dyna Bro look. I'm not going for that look or anything like that. As you can see, right, I'm sort of, I like my old school bikes, so I like to think this is a bit of a, it's not really an old school bike, but big set of apes on it. All right, that's probably the only thing that's old school on it. And I just kind of like these because they're just simple, and it's my style. It's more of a skinnier looking bike. But I just had this thought that it would be so much nicer to ride, like especially on long rides. It's mainly the apes that might do this. I'm not too sure if everyone gets this, but you're sitting there and the whole wind's buffering against your chest. Now, I'm no stranger to that. I've never really even thought about it too much, but look, I do take this bike on pretty long rides. It's not nothing too crazy, but I mean, when it's me and the missus is on the back and all the rest of it, I want to be sort of comfortable. I ride around on shitty choppers, and they're not, and hardtail choppers, and they're not comfortable. So when I'm on this bike, I kind of want to be a little bit comfortable. I mean, this bike in itself compared to them is extremely comfortable. I'm not going to keep calling it. I'm not going to call it a Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. I'm just going to call it, I'm going to say Road Warrior fairing. I think that's what it is. I'm just going to say fairing, all right, because it's not a Memphis Shades. It's a knockoff. It was, I think, Memphis Shades was like Australian by the time you bought all the whole kit and caboodle. Don't quote me on this. I can't really remember. It was like a month ago. It was like at least $650, maybe $800. I'm not sure. I looked it up. I got this delivered from China for, I think it was around about $240. So I'm not expecting much to be out of it. If I put it on and it looks really good and it does the good job, but it's really shit quality and it starts cracking and all the rest of it, well, look, then I'll go invest in a Memphis Shades one if it's really doing the job. But this is going to be something that in my mind I very rarely use. it's not worth the investment for me because I'm not going to have it on the bike all the time. I don't know how weird it's going to look because normally everyone that runs these, you know, they're going for the Dynabros look. They've got the massive risers and straight bars, whereas I've got a set of apes on mine. So I don't know. I just, in my head, I thought, it might be, it might look a bit different. Might be all right. I haven't seen one with a set of, I think they're 18-inch apes behind it. So I'm hoping it'll break it up in the right way, that look up in the right way. And it doesn't look like it's trying to be a bit different bike to what it is. Because I want to keep that sort of simple look about it. I don't want all the bling and everything over it. So what we're going to do, that's enough talking. This is mainly for people that can't afford the Memphis Shades one. They want to see the quality of these knockoff ones. I don't know if anyone's done a video on that. I haven't seen it. All I've seen is Memphis Shades installation and blah blah blah. From the look at these, they look exactly the same. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about this. What I'm going to do, I'll make it quick, and I'll make this a quick video. What I'll do an unboxing of it. I won't go into too much, so I'll try and show some close-ups and all the rest of it. I'll just do a fast forward of the unboxing. No one's interested in that shit. And then we'll see how it fits on there, do a quick install, and we'll see what it looks like, pretty much. And look, the main thing I'm interested in is the quality of it. I just can't wait to have a look at it out of there, and hopefully it's not too shit. All right, let's check it out. We've got instructions, and they all look, it actually looks like everything looks like it's spelt right for something out of China, which is a good sign. We'll see how much shit's broken. They really need to be painted black, and I think the Memphis Shades ones do come black. Yeah, look, they seem pretty reasonable. You can tell it's that, I don't know if it's just because they're not powder coated, but it's just a shit colour, silver. But everything looks like it's finished off all right. Okay, this, not too sure, this is the bit, I'm positive, that comes up when this goes to your fairing, this side, I might be completely wrong, and it comes up and clips. This is where your forks go, and it clips into these like so. Now, if they powder coated them same as they powder coated these, I wouldn't have anything to say. And keep in mind, I haven't got a Memphis Shades one to compare it to, but I'm going to check out a mate of mine's in the next few weeks to see what his feels like. I can't make a comment. It feels a little bit flimsy, but also too, it doesn't feel like it's going to break, if that makes any sense. It feels like it's actually sort of, like it feels like it's rubbery. I think that's the headlight mounting block to mount your headlight further forward, because it's got to sit further forward in the fairing. If not, it'll be sitting right back in there. Nothing really to say about that. It's made of metal or aluminium, one of the two. I think it's steel. It's heavy enough to be steel, and it's got a good finish on it, just like the other brackets. Right, now, I don't know how many screens I got with this when I ordered it. It was a bit confusing to read, but have a bit of a look. This is I think I said at the start of this I was just going to go into this and fast forward through it all, but I think it's worthwhile mentioning some of this stuff to the people that and ahhing. This is the screen. I did want the higher screen, I think, so I'm not sure if that's it. Oh yeah, it might be. Okay, now that is just, I don't know if you can see, no you can't. It is, oh yeah, maybe. That is just see-through. So it's really blacked out, which is fine, right? That's what I wanted. To go with the rest of the bike, with all the black spots, with all the black highlights. Does that make sense? With the black bits on it. I can't even pick anything with that at the moment. Again, I haven't got a Memphis Shades one to screw it to, but if someone passed me this and said this is a Memphis Shades visor, if I was unpacking one, I wouldn't question it. I wouldn't think twice about it. It's yeah, that's fine. That's really strong, and it's made out of the right stuff. You know, it's nice and thick, and yeah, it's not like made out of 1 mil polycarbonate and flexing and all that over the spots just to make it look good for pictures. It's made fine. Now we're getting to the real serious stuff. This is what I'm interested to see. Made, and let's check out the outside. Now that is sweet. That's way better than I expected it to be. That's unreal. I thought, like, for a quarter of the price or whatever it was, it was going to be shit, like thin, flimsy crap. I don't know if it's maybe gonna turn out to be in the brackets, the quality of them, but as far as the fairing and the windscreen goes, you can't make it any stronger. There's no weak points in it. It's, I mean, it seems all right. Maybe people have used these before and they've cracked or something like that. They've got fractures through them or whatever. If you have, let us know. But yeah, for now, no. That is, I was expecting it to have dags of plastic I had to cut off, and I thought I'm going to get it and have to sand stuff off on it and respray it or something like that. But that's really good. You couldn't ask for better than that. Yeah. Well, won't know until we try it. The good thing about it is these just unclip. Just pull it off if it looks shit and put it on when you need it. And that's the beauty of it. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's install this thing. I won't go into great detail unless I have some issues with things, and I'll show you how to fix them. Okay, just had a quick look through the instructions. It's pretty clear. The only thing they don't put there is the headlight extension. So to make the headlight sit out so it sort of sits in the fairing better. That is the only thing. So I'm going to do the headlight first. Obviously once the fairing's on there, I don't want to be pulling it all back off. I don't think it's hard to pull it off, but I just don't want to be mucking around. So I'm going to do that first, and then I can adjust it and do whatever later on. I don't have a clue how this headlight extension works, so I'm just guessing at the moment. Right, that's something I didn't know. These things, they've got a little locating dowel. You can see the separate hole in the bottom for that to slide on, so it can't twist around. However, this doesn't. So I'm still thinking that this is the bit that goes on there, and then you mount your headlight out here like so. I don't think you wouldn't get rid of anything there, so this pin may need to be removed as well, but I'll check that out when I get in there a bit closer. Alright, it looks like this sucker's going to come out. I've actually over the years found the easiest way to get split pins out is using a pair of side cutters, if you don't go crazy. You kind of grip on them and then just leverage up, and that's it, they come out. I'm glad that worked. That was a lot easier. I thought I was gonna have to do so many cuts to that. Okay, that's it done. Now, here's our bracket. I can't work out, because it's on the instructions anywhere, if I sort of put it down there, it's a bit hard to do this one here, but if I put it down there like that, then it's going to foul up on the lock. If I do it the other way, where I put this end like that, and this comes up and hugs that like so, it interferes on the shield. So I'm just going to go like this for the time being. Yes, it may rattle and move around a bit. I would have probably preferred to go like that. I think that's the way, but I don't know if to adjust the lock. I think I'm going to put it on like that way up. So if I need to move the light, I can, and then I don't have to pull everything back off just to get to this bracket. I could just adjust it here, flick the light back, but it might be too far. I don't know. So we're going to do it this way to start with. I can always go back. It's not that big a deal. But for setting it up, that's how we're going to do it. Okay, GoPro went flat. Just missed a little bit of the installation. They do supply a bolt to run up through here and into this, but it is massive. Like, it hangs out another 25 mil. So I put the factory bolt back in, and it's the same thread, right? So all good. Same thread. The thread matches the supplied nut that they give you. I'm just about to put the headlight in now. I think, look, it's still in my head. I'm going to have to adjust this or do whatever. This here, I feel, is definitely upside down. It should be locking along this edge to stop it from pivoting. But for the time being, I'm just going to get it on there, and we can have a look at what it comes out like. That's the goal. At the end of the day, I can always go back in. I haven't Loctited it yet, so I'm just going to leave them, and we'll come back to them. This is where things are getting confusing. The Santoprene grommet should be inserted through the holes in the fairing so that the flat round part of the grommet lies flat on each side of the plastic. I take it that these are the Santoprene grommets. That's what I'm guessing. These go in easy enough. Okay, doesn't really give a good description of what to use here, but I am guessing, I've worked it out, that it's these 4, I'm hoping it's these 4 bolts, 4 washers, they're a bit too small, yep, so 4 washers. I'd say there's going to be 4 spring washers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's going to be hopefully 4 nuts. I have to check all this out because this bit's pretty unclear. Alright, found half the problem. Here's the nuts. They're wrapped up really tight, and they got a smooth, if I can ever get one out. They're the nuts there. So they're actually aluminium, and that's what will come in from the other side, you know, that you'll see on the outside of the fairing, and that is hopefully how it's all going to bolt up. So that makes a bit more sense now. I just couldn't work out what nuts and bolts, so I've got everything going everywhere and there's no instructions on that. Right, that's sorted. Let's get that on there. Okay, these plates have a particular way to go on. It's a bit confusing, but number 2, the way that looks like that, that's clutch side, and then they're column throttle side. Look, it's pretty straightforward. You obviously, that goes like that, and it looks pretty straight up and down. Obviously, if you were trying to put it over here, it's not going to work. So it's going to be pretty straightforward when you look at it. Okay, they're mounted. Now, next thing is we're going to mount these now. These go up a certain way. I'm not sure exactly, but I know one side's correct and one side's incorrect. I'm going to have a quick look at that. And don't get me wrong, I don't have a fucking clue. Okay, it's the side that this sticks out on. So this will either go that way, sticking out, or it can come out the front sticking out. It looks like it is, it says throttle side of front of bike. So I'm guessing it's something like that. Anyway, I have to do a bit of investigation there. Check that out. Okay, I've checked all these out. They are all exactly the same configuration. It's the best I can see anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust all these into, they move backwards and forwards to start with. I'm going to go just smack bang in the middle, or as close as I can get, make them all the same. Okay, so throttle side, that's what we're on. Front of bike, like that. They're saying is right. That's incorrect. Okay, so that makes sense. That's to the front, that goes down there, and that's facing front ways. That's what we're going to say anyway. We think that's right. Okay, you find that when you put these in, they say to install them loose, but I've just put the nut in there, I've just put the bolt in there, and with no tension on it, and they're on there pretty firm. So just under their own under their own sort of clamping pressure, they're free to move around. A little bit fiddly to get on there, but I think I'm starting to get it down packed now. Alright, the clamps are on there, headlights forward. I was just trying to work out what anyone would think to make them silver, but I just remembered I actually wrapped the front of these black. So if I hadn't wrapped them and they were silver, they'd probably look alright. Alright, let's see if we can test fit this. Let's check it out. Alright, I've just found it a shitload easier to move the top mounts, just swing them around, and you can line it up pretty well on the bottom mounts. Once you nip them up, like I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking once I nip them up, then I can put the top mounts and slide them around and move them to where I've got to. It's just worked out heaps easier than trying to line 4 clamps up. The top ones you see have got a hook over. So if you get the bottom ones in the right spot and you kind of flick it up where it's got to be, I think you're pretty close. You're probably 90% there. Okay, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, just to see if this idea works. Okay, so I've got the bottom lined up. That's on there. Look, no doubt there's going to be fine adjustment, but I'm kind of thinking now I can I don't have to worry about the bottom going anywhere. I can tip this forward and kind of line it up, and do the same with the other side. Tip it forward, line it up, pull it up to the slot type thing. I know the bottom's not going anywhere, so I don't have to concentrate on that too much now. And this is going to be a bit hard to film. Okay, that's that side. Oh, that's that clipped in. And it seems to be lined up on the front. Okay. And these have a bit of twist in them as well. Right. Okay, they're locked in, bottom is in. Now, I'm just trying to have a look. Everything actually stayed really central in there. Doing it that way, I was thinking when I sort of put the bottom on and then popped it up, it was going to move. But if you can kind of line it up with these on the bottom, I think that's a good way to do it. And then just adjust your top. It's a bit of fiddling, but that one's locked in there nice and tight. So look, it's central around the headlight. I think it's on there pretty straight. Everything looks to be about the right distance. It looks to be the same on both sides. I'm not really worried about the distance with the clamps. You're going to get this thing here that's not going to be moulded 100% symmetrical. So the main thing is to line your headlight up in there so it's not all sitting off, and really you shouldn't have a problem. Okay, I'm going to tighten these up now, and then we're going to put our front screen on and we'll have a look at the end product. Okay, next thing is there's no instructions on mounting the screen. So I'm going to take a guess and say these, I've actually got, it gives me double the hardware for this, so that'll come in handy if I ever lose anything. These are actually like a plastic, so I'm gonna say that it comes from the front of the bike. You go through the screen into that piece of plastic, and then on the other side we'll have a washer and a nylock nut. Now, a nylock nut, that's not going to come undone. I'm guessing, look, you're not going to need to do these up tight at all. They're just going to have to be sort of snug. It's not going anywhere. If you do these up too tight, I could imagine it's going to crack. All right, so that's it. That's it. Done. It's fucking freezing tonight. The kids are in bed. The missus isn't going to be too impressed if I start this thing up. Plus, as I say, it's cold and it's dark. There's not really much benefit to it. I will do a video over the next few weeks of taking this on its first ride. I'm pretty flat out this weekend, so it's just not going to happen. So hopefully next week I'll be able to take it for a quick spin, and hopefully it makes all the difference. Look, this is a El Cheapo knockoff of a Memphis Shades fairing, and I can't fault it. Maybe there's going to be some hardware on it that's not great, like the screws might come loose quicker than they do. I don't know. It might develop stress fractures in it. I don't know, but so far it looks, and the finish on it is awesome. It feels really good quality. You know, the quality might be in the mounting brackets where they might have skipped a bit. I don't know. Look, these seem fine. They're working. You know, it's not going anywhere. I guess we're going to know after we get a few Ks on it and things start going wrong and it starts falling apart. When that happens, I'll put another video up. Maybe in 12 months' time, I'll put a video up and just show how everything's going with it. Maybe before 12 months' time. And yeah, but look, so far, I don't think there's anything on it that can't be fixed if there was an issue. To be honest with you, in my mind, it's solid as rock. It's not going anywhere. Probably needs Loctite on all your screws and things like that, especially the ones without spring washers. I'd do it regardless. If this was something you were going to run all the time, the good thing about it is you can do that to everything and it just unclips anyway. So that's one big thing I'd do. I'd definitely Loctite everything if I end up keeping this on there. Well, I'm going to have to keep the mounts on there anyway. So I will, after I get it off the first time and start mucking around with it, I will Loctite everything, and then I can't see there being a problem. I reckon the more times you put it on and pull it off, you may have an issue, but over the next few weeks, hopefully a mate of mine, he's got a Memphis Shades one. I think I mentioned it earlier. I think it's the exact same model as this, or meant to be the same model. We'll be able to compare them side by side, and I'll be able to have a look at the brackets and all that sort of thing and see if I can pick anything. But for now, that's it. Remember to like and no, can't do it. All right, there you go. Check it out.